All right, everybody. Happy Monday. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you had an amazing weekend. I know I did. I got to be around a lot of you, and that always is a good thing for me. So good to see everybody, and we're going to have an amazing week together. So, got a couple of birthdays over the weekend. So, Miss Marilyn Randall, I don't know if she's on, but this is Valerie's mom, and it was her birthday this weekend. So if you've got Miss Randall's phone number, send her a happy birthday. And then I don't know if we've got him on, but he actually came to Birmingham. He's a great friend of mine, Mr. Tracy Black. It's his birthday today. So if you know Tracy, send him a big happy birthday. All right, Melissa Hale, this word is your word for the year. So we're going to get right to it this morning. And the word is value, which is one of my favorite words because I had to tell myself a lot like, are we bringing back? One of my favorite things to do after an event, which is what we had this weekend, is to call people and say, hey, what was your takeaway? Did it add value to you? Because that is the point. And some events are better than others, right? It's like anything we do in life, right? Some of you might teach a Sunday school class. I bet in every now and then you have a better Sunday school class than you did the previous, right? Just like things flowed better. So we all want to add value, but if you look at the definition, it's like a fair return in goods and services and money for something exchanged. So you do something and you get a fair return back, right? Um, think about a company. It does not matter the company. The value of a company is the sum of the value and the problems that they're solving, right? You know, I'm pretty appreciative for tires. How many of you, right? You think one day a long time ago there was a company that started producing tires that solved probably a little bit of a problem we needed in the world. Hard to drive that tractor, John Frick, without tires. Now it probably would roll for a while, but it'd cause you some trouble. So thank goodness for tires. So if you've got a company like what is, and you're the CEO of it, like the question is what value is that company adding? And my notes just went away if you're wondering. So, but here's an even deeper one. The value of a life is always measured by how much is given away. Think about that. I always say to myself, like, learn with the intent to teach, give it away. Why would I learn knowledge and then not give it away? Just keep it bottled up inside. Nobody knows. Why would I do that? Like the value of my life is learning because I didn't create anything. It's all learned, but it's giving it away. What about money? Make it, give some of it. It's fun. It's fun. What about spirituality? Learn, teach, share, right? What about if you take a good product that makes you feel good? Don't share it with anybody, right? No, that's not right. Give the value. Let people know about it. Like, oh my gosh, I feel so good using this. You should try it. So here's what it does in a nutshell. Value creates a positive impact in any area of our life. What if I found a little hack that allowed me to drop 15 pounds? Would you share it with someone or a buddy that needed to lose some weight or wants to lose some weight? If you're a good friend, you would. So why do we keep things? Why do we hold things back? I don't know. Right? I don't know. Limited beliefs, I guess. But when you're given value, it fosters more meaningful connections. How do you feel about people that put value in you? How do you feel about a person that you've asked to do something and they've come back and they've given you value? They go higher on your list, right? Higher on your list. So by providing value, whether it's product, whether it's service, whether it's knowledge, support, you're enhancing other people's lives and the world will give back to you for that. So value at the end of the day, it builds trust, it builds credibility, it builds reputation. And here's what it leads to for all of us from a selfish standpoint. If I were like, okay, what am I going to get from doing all of this? Opportunities are going to come your way. Collaboration. Like you'll never wonder if you've got somebody out there to help you because you've given so much value. If you call them and go, Cynthia, I need you, Cynthia's like, absolutely, I'm there because you've given value to her. It also fosters personal growth. Like this weekend, Renee Smith is on, hopefully on here, listens to the recording. She gave so much value on stage. Buffy had a whole group of ladies, gave so much value on stage. Dawn Grisham gave so much value. Like, so, but guess what they had to do? They had to personally grow to do that. So there was growth in them, right? Andrea, like when you have to speak on stage, give a PowerPoint presentation, oh yeah, you're going to walk away with more knowledge, more growth than just sitting in the back. So that's my word around value. I always tell people all the time, I said it this weekend, all positive things follow value. If a person's sitting around going, I'm not happy with my life where I'm at right now, go give more value. Go find ways to give value. Little value, big value, any way you can get value, guess what will start happening? Positive things will start coming your way. Give it 90 days, whole thing takes a different shape and form. So Andrea, that's my thought. I'll turn it to you.
Well, great lesson. And there's so much to learn there. And that's a lesson that you taught me many, 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 many moons ago. And you're like, if you're not happy with what's going on in your business, go add more value. And man, we're going to say lovingly encourage, push me to do that. And it was really great. And I'm so grateful. So thank you for that, coach. And so the quote that I found
I'm
was,
not a pusher.
no, it was a loving push.
I'm a nudger.
You
I'm a
know,
nudger.
it was good. I'm so great, forever grateful, right? Forever grateful. But we all need those people that make us get out of our comfort zone. And that was, something that definitely got from you, coach. So thank you so much for that. So the quote that I found was, value the people who value you. That's Bill Withers. And so what I looked into was, okay, well, that sounds great. There's so many people that are so good to me and I love them and I adore them and all of like this group and all of us. And it's like, okay, well, how do I add value to the people I love? How do I do that? Right. So, first of all, I've got to be supportive. So, if somebody's going through a hard season, well, I might wash their dishes, right? Or whatever way that I can bring a little bit of support. It might be a phone call, it might be a card, it might just be a listening ear, but I am going to try to be as supportive as I possibly can. When somebody's doing something great, I'm going to love on them then too and give them the atta girls and the atta boys that we all really like, all of that. Next, I'm going to value their opinion. And I think that sometimes we can get, we all know what we know, right? And we all think we're right in our opinions. Like nobody's going to walk around with an opinion that's wrong that they think of, but sometimes we are. And sometimes we can have a disagreement with somebody and they're, think that purple is the best color and I think green is the best color. Well, I can still value their opinion and see value in purple and see all the great things about it. And I can still keep my own opinion about green, but that doesn't mean that I can't just value their opinion. Next is to work as a team. We do not have to compete with each other. Thank goodness, because I would be the world's worst competitor. I see some of you out there, like especially you athletes that are like doing all these things and competing against other people. I don't have that in me. If you really want to win, like I'm going to let you win, even if I could possibly, right? Like Lance and I are out there and we're on our triathlon against each other. If it meant more to him than it means to me, well, then shoot, I'm going to slow down because, you know, we all know I could beat Lance, right? In that Ironman, of course, and whatever it may be. But if somebody is competitive, let's just lovingly work with them as a team. If that's us, and we're like, oh, I don't want to necessarily collaborate. Well, guess what? That's a great way that we can value others to see where we can offer our input to be a team player. With that, we've got to establish trust, be open, be honest, keep our promises. So we've got to make them really carefully. You know, I love saying yes. You guys know this. I want to say yes, yes, yes. Oh, I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. We've got to trust that relationship or empower that relationship or value that relationship enough to say, I can't make that day work. I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to be my best person for you if I say yes in that moment. Same thing right there is to set boundaries. Sometimes we think a boundary is for us, but I think the boundary is actually for that relationship. If I really value that relationship, I'm going to say this is the boundary I can't cross, because otherwise what happens? We get resentment. We're not mad at them for crossing the boundary, or we're not mad at ourselves for allowing them to. We're damaging that relationship. So set those boundaries and value the relationship enough to make them firm. Align our goals. When we've got goals with people, it's a great way that we can value with them. So let's just pretend that our significant other is on a health journey and we're on a donut journey. Well, if we can align our goals and say, okay, I'm going to eat my donuts in private and I'm not going to bring them to you. Or maybe I will skip my donuts for 30 days while I'm going to support you on this journey, whatever it may be. But when we align our goals with the people around us, it's a great way that we can show value. Focus on communication, whether it's good communication or bad communication. When we value that relationship, we're going to speak up and say what's on our mind, even if that can be a battle for us. Next is to forgive. We've talked about this, I feel like, so many times, and I really beat this horse, poor horse, but I think it's something that is so true. Like I have to remind myself, man, I've hurt people. I really have. I've hurt a lot of people in my life, not on purpose. Oh, I hate the thought of it. But if I've hurt somebody else by accident, well, then I have to be willing to forgive the people that hurt me. So focus on that forgiveness, because none of us are perfect, darn it. And we're going to do things that hurt people. People are going to hurt us, and that is what it is, but we can make amends and move forward. And then lastly is to learn to compromise. Some of us are rigid. I like can beat myself up so much on these because I see so many flaws in myself when I get on here, but some of us can be a little rigid. I want what I want when I want it, darn it. And I also am going to value you and compromise. So if you want oatmeal for breakfast and I really want donuts, again, I went right back there. Well, I've got to learn to compromise and say that, maybe we're going to have donuts today and oatmeal tomorrow, or vice versa. But that compromise is a great way that we can value that relationship. I was very food focused. I think I need to eat breakfast. But love you guys so much. Thanks for today. Great lesson, Coach, and great word of the year, Melissa. Definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, Melissa, great word. And Andrea, go eat you some breakfast, because you are definitely food focused this morning. No, that's great. So guys, have a great Monday. Happy Monday to you. We'll see you back tomorrow. We love each and every one of you.
Love you guys. Have a beautiful day.
Great job today, y'all. Love y'all.